take a look around the Gears and Gasoline parking lot, you might be able to pick out which one of us likes drifting. Surprise, it's me. Now, you're probably like me and don't have a bajillion dollars to start a Formula Drift team, or maybe you're just an autocross or track enthusiast who has never considered drifting. Thankfully, there's a community out there that can get you into drifting for a lot less money than FD and teach you some valuable skills for any track day or autocross enthusiast. Welcome to Grassroots Drifting.
My name is Joe Ascoli. I'm the owner and operator of Spirit JP Drifting Series. We run drift schools that teach new drivers how to come out and learn how to drift, from starting with just basic donuts all the way up to driving on the track like today at a night event. Grassroots drifting is awesome because you get to basically be one-on-one with all the local drivers that you look up to. So we run 40 events a year, and each time you come out, you'll see drivers that are absolutely shredding in the advanced group and guys that are learning in the novice group. Now those novice guys look up to those guys in the advanced group, and the difference is we're all in the same paddock, just chatting it up with each other and learning as much as we possibly can. A lot of the advanced guys will and are instructors and will be teaching you at drift schools so that you will constantly have a face to that person that you look up to. To me, that's what's a little bit different than the pro leagues, is that more face-to-face communication and more laid-back atmosphere. When you're laid back and you're having fun, that's when all the progression actually happens. So this is my Nissan Skyline R32. It started off its life as a bone stock, I like to call it the grandma spec car, where it was completely stock. Slowly over time, we've just added things here and there that it's needed, and that kind of came with the progression level. As my driving progressed, the car progressed alongside with me, and that's really what we like to teach too. You come out here in a bone stock car, and after 3 years, it might end up looking like this. Maybe a little cleaner if you don't hit stuff or get hit.
My name is Jack Rancorn. I drift here at Spirit, and this is my car. So this is a 1999 Mazda Miata. It's been through a lot. I got completely bone stock, and it's worked its way up. Now it's just a T25 turbo on it, pretty gone through suspension, angle mods, and that's about it. The first drift event ever, it was a bone stock car, still black. Only thing done was roto-grids. I think it's 100% better to come out here in a completely stock car or very, very minimal modifications. We have guys come out here with fully built pro cars, and then it'll break within the first few minutes while they're just trying to figure things out, while the guy in the stock car is driving all day. A lot of people look at a drift car, specifically something like mine, and get a really bad misconception about drifting. The purpose of my car, to me, is just to get better at drifting. I care about how it looks, but I would never give up progression or getting seat time to make it look a certain way. Hey, we'll start off at the door. This is probably the most remarkable thing. These marks here are all from tires, from getting close in tandem and just marking it up a lot. This is probably the only really bad one here. Is me and my buddy Tyler were practicing overtaking and drift, and a few mistakes were made. Yeah, all these marks are from brushing on the tires on the apex. A little purple here and there. As far as bringing your car nice, that's completely up to you as a driver. We're just looking to progress to that next level each time we come out here, so we like to get really close, and we like to bump our cars a little bit, and that's just our preference. That's not how drifting is for everybody.
I am Brooks Wainwright, and this is a 2002 Mustang GT. When I started out, I didn't have anything at all. I went for probably the first 6 events or so with absolutely completely stock car. Slowly upgrading everything, you learn a lot doing that. It definitely does surprise people a lot. People constantly come up to me like, oh, what are the mods and everything else you have? And I'm like, it's stock power, stock everything besides angle and coils. And you know, people are like, oh my gosh, you're doing all that with no power. So my car is not beat to crap yet because I haven't started tandeming with people. In my about 1.5 years or so I've been doing it, I've been working on trying to make sure I can get around the course, and I don't want to be crashing into other people left and right, you know. You can definitely come drifting without trashing, especially when you come to like novice clinics or beginner stuff like that. So and just start slow and go easy at it, and once you get better, you can just build up and build up, get more aggressive with it.
The common misconception that drifting is expensive might be because all we see is the professional level of that sport, mostly televised on TV. But at a grassroots level, the expenses are very cheap because you can come out with some used set of tires and just learn how to do some car control, some donuts, some figure eights. Relative to time attack, it's very inexpensive because in time attack, you need the fresh set of tires to set down the lap time. Track days are expensive in themselves, the hotel costs, everything like that. So for one of our drift school days, it's $200 for the whole day and you'll get about 7 hours of total driving. Compare that to signing up for an HPD event that might be $300 just for one day, and you've got a lot of seat time under your belt for a little cost.
So when I first started drifting, I was 16 and I was still in high school, so just working a part-time job. I was using used tires, maybe $20, and then you got the event fee, which I believe was $125, and then the gas to get here, maybe a couple tanks, $40, then just food, so maybe 20 bucks, and that's about it. My car really never broke when it was stock, so I didn't really have that expense to worry about.
So we get this question asked a lot. We have a lot of road racing guys that are interested in coming out and learning how to drift, just to get comfortable being over the edge. When you're driving time attack events, or if you're just doing an open lapping HPDE day, you're right on the edge of grip. Coming out for a drift event or a drift day or a drift school and just learning from the instructors will really help you get comfortable with being over the edge. Since we're thinking about drifting, we're thinking about burning tires, you might think that you will go through 8 to 16 tires at an event. Well, it depends on the type of driving you're doing and the power level of your car, of course, but for instance, here at Spirit Circuit, we basically can get through a set of tires in 2 to 3 events. Third event on these tires, these are the Kenda KR20As, and it all depends on the type of driving that you're doing. We do a lot of deceleration driving where the entries are into a decel zone. A lot of things that you'll see on TV like Formula Drift, they'll be on power a lot where they're making a lot of smoke, and that'll go through tires. But if you came out to an event like this, you wouldn't need to bring any more than 2 to 4 tires to have a great day.
For tire wear, I end up using Kendas for most everything. I get mostly a whole event out of them depending on how aggressive I'm being. And for tire management is just cool down laps. We do 1 or 2 hot laps and then cool down a lap or 2 like that and just keep it going.
So one thing we like to push here is cool down laps. When you're drifting, your tires are getting so much heat in them. So if even at just a few laps of just normal grip driving, that'll let them cool down a lot. We also have a tire pit, like a water pit, that you can drive through and cool down the tires. Anything to really reduce the temperature of the tire makes it last a whole lot longer. The first thing I would tell somebody that's trying to get into drifting is keep your car nice and stock, maintainable, make sure it'll get you to the event and through the event. And that's the biggest thing, is just having a car that's reliable so you as a driver can keep progressing.
Come out to a drift event, even if they don't have a car, and come for a ride along. That one ride along experience could change your entire perspective on drifting, as we've seen it happen many times here before. Someone goes for a ride along and the next drift school they're signed up for. So don't ever underestimate the power of just going for a ride along and just coming out and hanging out with the drivers and just having a good time. If you already have a car, sign up for your next event. Get your car up to date on maintenance and just go drive your car. If it's stock, bone stock, with stock seats, stock power, small tires, whatever, just go out and drive it, because you're gonna learn so much more just driving your car that one time than you would reading on the internet forums for countless hours.